Back then, the first time we had you was right after you represented your country. You played for Romania at Billie Jean King Cup, and you
Yeah,
had I don't know if it's good fortune or misfortune, but you drew a very talented player in your first match in Iga Swiatek.
yeah.
And then you gave such a wonderful, memorable speech as well that I think really endeared people's hearts to you on a personal level. Are you ready for that Iga Swiatek rematch? Are we hoping for that sometime soon?
Well, I don't know if you ask me if I would make the same choice to go there and play, I would probably say no
Really?
because it would save me a lot of energy, and I think I would have been much more safe in my area to play the tournaments I was supposed to play. But in the same time, I have no regrets because I everything is happening for a reason, as I said to you. So the fact that I chose to be there and it happened the way it happened, and then what followed afterwards was still a hard lesson that I took in, and that made me the person I am today. So no regrets about that one, but I'm not sure if I would do it all over again. I mean, I it could have saved me a different kind of process, to be honest, like not so much sadness that and frustration that followed afterwards. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
But
for
I
those
don't
who aren't
know.
familiar, right, what you're talking about, I think, is just some of the social media reaction that you had, and some people that were maybe critical for reasons of, I'm sure, their own insecurities. But do you also realize, and we've talked about that with you before, and the mental health strain that it puts on tennis players, of course. But do you also
Yeah.
see the big positive that came from that in terms of how many people really viewed that as such a wonderful moment and really supported you? Do you feel that also?
Yes, I feel like I also felt the love. It was unconditional love, especially from the kids. And thank God for having my fun page. This boy that's been in my life for over 4 years, and he's doing a terrific job. I think he's in 10th grade right now or not, but but he's amazing. I mean, I've gained so many stuff from that experience, and it wasn't just the hate from social media that came. It was also the hate that just simply existed from my own country, but that's beside the point. But in the same time, so many good people reach out to me like, damn, you're out there playing against world number one and you didn't have the experience to be there or something, but you made it work somehow. And also I was smiling through that whole process. And I don't know, I think it took guts to be there. And I realized much later that I didn't give myself credit for that. And the fact that I was able to go through all that and not to quit tennis afterwards, that's just fabulous to me. And here I am just, working and still trying to enter the best version of myself on court. I don't even know to say a ranking or whatever because I don't care anymore. But just the fact that I'm doing my best and still, that counts for something for sure.
Hey, tell me, in terms of Romanian tennis players or sporting athletes and figures, did Simona Halep, was she, ever on your radar in a positive way? And obviously, I'm asking because her career just came to an end recently, announcing her retirement and obviously accomplished a lot for tennis in Romania. I know she had quite a supportive crowd here in Toronto and Montreal whenever she played in Canada, as we have big Romanian communities in those two cities. How did her retirement announcement affect you, and what are your thoughts on her and her impact in Romania?
I mean, Romanians love her completely. She was, after all, the world number one, and she has a great legacy and she had a great career. And for sure, she already said that she has so many stuff to do and life is more than tennis and this and that. And I agree with her completely. I mean, for sure, she impacted many lives. And the fact that she finished the way she did, I'm sure nobody wants that. But in the same time, as I said, her great legacy will go on. Uh, as as for me, I mean, I didn't feel affected or whatever because I'm with in tennis. Likewise, I watched just Serena most of the time. I wasn't that kind of kid that, oh my God, let's watch a lot of tennis from morning to evening. I was watching Serena Serena because there was just Serena and there was just Nole. And I mean, I wasn't like in depression or something that she retired, but in the same time, of course, like for Romania, she's a symbol and she'll always be a symbol. You know what I mean? But that's kind of it, you know?
Are you going to be okay when Nole retires, or is this going to need some help when it
No,
happens?
no, no, I will need for sure some help. I cannot even think about it.
Sorry,
It
sorry.
Yeah, but for sure we'll see more of him even after tennis. He has a lot of stuff to do, and I know he's helping a lot of players, juniors in Serbia, and I think that's great to do this kind of stuff. I think he's literally building his own legacy, you know? Um, but yeah, I'll not be ready for that day never. For sure, I'll not be ready.
It's been great to keep up with you over the years. It didn't work out last year, unfortunately, so I feel like there's a lot to bring our listeners and viewers up to speed on in terms of what you're doing. So I don't know if you want to give us kind of like the abbreviated, smaller version of what's new in your life these days on and maybe off the court
Right,
too.
right. So, okay, let's see. I
Where do
I
we start?
changed my coach. I have a woman now in my life that's, I mean, I worked with women before, but when I was a child. And right now I'm back to her. We worked together one more time in 2020 for 1 month, but I didn't give her enough time because she was pregnant at that time with her second son, and I was thinking like, she couldn't travel, you know. I didn't want to put pressure on her, so I was quite impatient. But the fact that I had the balls to change my coach that's been with me for over 11 years. It's
Wow.
been a heartbreaking decision to do, but it needed to be done in order to move forward because some stuff you need to leave behind and to just move on and to try to find new options, you know, new possibilities, new opportunities that could make me go higher. And I'm not talking about rankings, but also as a
Right.
person, like to just go higher and to be the best version of myself, as I said. That too, I changed my fitness coach. And then what else? I started to have a therapist, mental coach. On not only on sports side, I think this woman actually helped me be more connected to God
Okay.
than before. I mean, I was always faithful and religious, but now I just see it from a different point of view, and it's just a blessing, you know, like to just be connected with myself because that's also what's important. I think I started to meditate, to do yoga, pilates, more kickboxing to help take out the anger. I think that's the changes that I've been doing, and to finish the book. I finished my book that I wanted to finish, so
Okay.
that's also something. But now I'm trying to translate it into Romania because I wrote it in English, and now it needs to be done also in Romanian so I can publish it also English and Romanian for my people to understand, but also, of course, the people from other countries. So I don't know. I just say I've been quite busy, but mostly with myself. The tennis, I cannot tell you like the results went, oh my God, so up, you know, because unfortunately, my ranking is worse than before, but that's okay. I know that the level is still there. There was still some good matches, some good girls that I beat, but in the same time, I feel like I'm coming back slowly to myself, like the best version that I was in 2021. So I don't know what to tell you. I think I'm just trusting the process and go with the flow, like completely.
Well, it sounds super positive and it sounds like you're trying different things, which is great as well.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
there's a lot to unpackage there, but what really caught me was the book that you're talking about. So tell us a little bit. I didn't know that you were working on something. So how long has this process been going on, and what is the book touching upon? Is it a tennis book? Is it about, what you've been through, or is it something totally different?
Well, to be honest with you, it's like more, how to say, um, it's called Dear You, basically. And the fact that I chose to write it shows a lot because there are pages from my personal journal. And when I'll choose to post it, it will be like a huge part of my life just going out there and for everybody to see. And I think that it takes a lot of courage. I mean, I know my mom, she's like so stressed about it already because she's like, oh my God, you're putting yourself out there. But the funny thing is that if you don't put yourself out there, then you risk not to be your authentic self, you know? And I want to be my authentic self. So it contains not only the tennis life, but also friendships, also failed friendships, boys that broke my heart, maybe. If I fell in love, um, how do I see love? How did I see my grandparents? How I dealt with my grandparents' death? How I deal with losing friendships? How I deal on tour with stress, anxieties, lost nights? Everything is just out there, you know. Like I literally didn't leave anything out. I think I even expressed myself also when I chose my club. You know, I also switched the club. I used to play for Dinamo Bucharest. Now I'm playing for Steaua Bucharest, which is like the biggest rivalry ever. I mean, I said there all the reasons, and I talked about so openly even about the girls on tour. Of course, protected their name and everything because I'm not allowed to, you know, to make them feel bad or whatever. But when you're reading, you can literally know if it's about you or not.
So
Like you feel it in
we'll
your
know when
gut.
you're talking about our podcast. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, 100 for sure.
Okay.
100. No, it's so sure about this. Like everybody will know. It's like no secret, but in the same time, I chose to show respect, but also needed like to say my point of view. You know what I mean?
When can we expect that this might be available? Do you have a publisher? Is there something in the works to get it out in English to people that, are looking for that?
I'm trying to find that out. I mean, in a few weeks I'll send my parents to check that out with a publisher. I'm not sure if that will be exactly the one that will help me out, but I'm invested already to invest in myself, so that the choice has been made, and my parents will help me out with that because I mean, if you don't risk it, then who will? But yeah, I'm just right now I'm still on working on translating. The book is done, as I said, but I think it will take many months for me. I would say 4 to 5 to finish the translation because it's also hard to play and also to translate and also do practices and also, you know,
Yeah, for sure.
like and I do
How do
it.
tennis players find time for anything outside of the court is always a miracle for me to understand.
I mean, I do my best. I'm waking up early. I try to, I don't know, having a full day. It's quite fantastic. I do not like to have a free day, to be honest. A free day for me, it's also a busy day. I mean, even when I have free days, I need to go to church or I need to do art or I need to do yoga or I need to, I don't know, walk a lot outside or finish some projects. I don't know, but like I think it's because of this whole sport life. I don't know how to have a free time, but I know how to enjoy it. At least this I know.
Seriously. Well, look, count me in for a copy here in Toronto. Okay, I will be one of the first ones to order, and I'm sure many of our
Yeah.
listeners and viewers will as well. So keep us posted, please.
Thank you guys so much for watching us at Matchpoint Canada. If you like our work, follow along, hit the subscribe button below.